And now I'd like to introduce to you today a partner in our business and a friend of mine, someone who's at the forefront of payment solutions and fintech in Africa and also developing nations around the world, to give us some insights to the practical application of our technology in the real world. I welcome to the stage Mr. Nick French.
Thanks, Greg.
Great to be here.
Very excited indeed. Banks, fintechs, telcos, startups, scale-ups, financial institutions, I'm speaking to you. Welcome to the future of simpler, safer, and more accessible blockchain technology. Dark Fusion is officially here and is ready to supercharge your technological possibilities. It is time to get under the hood and to empower and enable institutions around the world. Institutions that rely on so many platforms, complex integrations, and systems to serve their customer needs. Let us consider 3 real-world applications for Dark Fusion in our everyday life. Dark Fusion for banks. Any business anywhere in the world is hyper-reliant on their bank. Think debit, credit, payment, getting paid, savings, borrowing, disbursements, bonds, VAS, you name it. These are the fundamentals of money and the very lifeblood of any business, from Boston to Benoni, all the way to Bali. The banking elite have learned a lot from missed innovations in fintech. Add to that the proliferation of crypto exchanges and the global success of neobanks like Revolut. Today, the ever-increasing progressive customer wants and needs have evolved and are becoming more and more sophisticated. Banking institutions the world over have started answering with both B2B and B2C customer needs as well. We have started to see these third-party offerings in our traditional banking suite, which enables us to access a new world of commodity or share trading, stocks and bond speculation, all the way through to buy, sell, trade of crypto in your banking app. While these institutions are still in the early days of Web3, it is quickly becoming the way of the future, where traditional banking meets the blockchain. Enter a practical use case for Dark Fusion, where banks can now power. This means hold, store, move, settle, switch, transact, verify, an emerging market dollar stablecoin. Now let's call that USDA for the purpose of this presentation, USD Africa. USDA is powered by Dark Fusion and can instantly turbocharge cross-border remittances, enable small business payments, speed up merchant settlements, facilitate consumer-to-business payments, and even streamline various aspects of the card schemes, Visa and MasterCard. Bringing me to our second application for the Dark Fusion tech, and that is to assist with global payments for the payment processing giants just mentioned. Visa has just announced $1 billion fund for fintechs and blockchain-related innovations. They now also offer USDC settlements to key merchants using both Ethereum and Solana blockchains. This crypto layer now means lower transaction fees, shorter settlement timelines, and better reporting standards via the blockchain. Dark Fusion not only can speed this up exponentially, but also increase the overall security thanks to the Bitcoin standard infallibility. Atomic settlements mean that merchants won't require floats, pre-funded accounts, as Dark Fusion ensures direct flow of funds, thus eradicating the need for third-party escrow services. On the other side, MasterCard Source is a specialized group of companies, predominantly via acquisition, that focus on incorporating blockchain technology into the traditional acquiring, switching, risk management, and merchant services suite. They too have built out solid innovations on the Ethereum standard, which is great for now. But in time and with scale, Ethereum will become increasingly expensive and slow for institutional adoption. Yet again, Dark Fusion presents itself as the first viable alternative where the schemes can benefit from the scalability, the speed, and security of the Bitcoin standard via simple SCL integration. Lastly, fintechs and telcos all have a product or a future product strategy that involves crypto and/or the blockchain. This applies to almost any sector, be it startups, scale-ups, and/or established businesses who need anything from peer-to-peer networks from customer to business payments, crypto as a service, self-custody, loyalty programs, and many more iterations. The list is endless, and Dark Fusion has the trifecta that allows today's companies using yesterday's technology to build for tomorrow.
Great, Nick. That was super informative, and I know we've been speaking a lot on how this technology is innovating from a decentral perspective, but when I talk about ubiquitous access, if you look at the decentral nature of our business, this technology also applies to a lot of central institutions, and how it can, effectively optimize, make these systems more effective by leveraging our technology.
Well, I'd like to start by saying that purely decentral does not exist. As much as the purists would like it to, unfortunately, there will always be an institutional enablement or allowance that we need to cater for. Thus, what Dark Fusion does, it enables and it empowers the entire DeFi world, but there's also a very valuable application for CeFi and matching the old with the new.
Just for our audience, what is CeFi?
CeFi is centralized finance, DeFi is decentralized. Centralized is banks, the guys I've been talking to now. Decentralized is more Web3, slightly more covert ninja operators.
But you working in developing markets, you've worked a lot in the fintech space in Africa, applying this technology as a kind of a practical solution to some of the problems that, traditional systems face. Where do you think this technology can go?
What makes it transformative for the African standard is that Bitcoin Lightning, Bitcoin standard, allows for offline switching, peer-to-peer payments, and enabling smaller businesses, and mostly those financially excluded from the traditional finance system. It gives them a tomorrow.
So you've been involved in a number of very prominent fintech plays into Africa. More recently, you were involved in a very transformative solution. I'd like to know how our solution kind of bolts onto these existing providers with our technology, and where does the synergy lie?
Great question. So I've long been a proponent for open banking, which basically allows anybody, with a basic bank account, access to the digital economy. What Dark Fusion does, it really goes on to the deepest, darkest corners and allows...
Excuse the pun.
It allows anybody and everybody, with a mobile device and basic internet connectivity, simple on-ramping, simple onboarding, and ultimately participating in a multitude of ecosystems. So it's definitely a very, very solid addition to the fintechs, telcos, and everybody else playing in various other innovator spaces.
And lastly, I just want to ask you, being a partner in the business and effectively helping us forge our way ahead, what is your vision for Dark Fusion in the future? The technology that we've created, going from a centralized world into a decentral world, how do you see this technology being applied?
Well, firstly, we've got to look at where we come from before we're going to decide where we're going. And as a traditional Web3 metaverse project coming out of the gates, very excitedly producing an array of NFTs, collectibles and consumables, I think that what Dark Fusion has done is it's proven to us that we can problem solve not only for ourselves, but for a greater industry. And this industry has a plethora of startups and people trying to crack it in this space. So from Dark Fusion, I say it very simply like it is, B2B to B to B to B. All day long, empowering, building business, and giving people the actual fundamentals to build on and to scale with.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for your time, Nick. Very exciting stuff. And now we're on to our breakthrough moment.